Hey guys, happy Thursday. I will keep this short. I was supposed to release this word yesterday, but I got sidetracked and I didn't release it yesterday. So I just wanted to get on here and release this really quickly to you guys based on a dream that the Lord gave me on I want to say May 19th. It could have been May 20th of last year, of 2020. And what brought this back to my spirit was um, an email that I received from a young lady named Tiffany. And then I also received a message from this young lady who said in a dream she was called Tiffany, even though that's not her name, right? So as soon as I heard that, these things happen in the same day, or maybe the day after, one day after one another, right? And I knew the Lord was speaking, and He brought me back to this dream that I had. So I just want to share that with you guys, give you the interpretation. This is a kingdom marriage video. It's going to be about what the title says it is. So this is not for everybody. And you guys know I rarely release kingdom marriage videos unless I'm led to. I don't release any videos unless it's put on my spirit to do so. But for those of you that have been following me for a while, you know that you know my story, right? I was married, divorced. God told me to stand for my marriage, and that's what I've been doing, right? However, that's not my life. Okay, so I don't go day to day with the mindset of a stander. So I don't make it like my life. It's just something the Lord told me to do. It's something that I do because I'm obedient. Okay, so I want my life that the Lord has for me. For those of you that just started following me and didn't know that, there you go. Okay, so God gives me a lot of dreams about my situation and about kingdom marriages in general, but He rarely leads me to post about them. And when He does, I do it. So you guys probably will see like maybe two or three videos out of the tons of videos that I have that I've discussed different topics on kingdom marriages. So you guys can check those out if you go to my playlist, but it's rare for me unless I'm led to do so. But anywho, I want to release this dream, the interpretation. I'm going to try to keep this like no more than 15 minutes. And you guys know I like talking to you. So every time I say this is going to be a quick video, my video ends up being like 30 minutes or longer. So yeah. So let me go ahead and get to it. And I hope you guys are doing good. Send me your prayer requests. My email is in the About section under my profile page. I guess that's what it's called. But keep sending your emails, guys. I love getting the emails. The ones that I haven't responded to yet, I did read your email. I just haven't had a chance to respond. But keep sending your prayer requests, guys. I do read all of the emails. I do pray for you guys individually. And people that have emailed me and they know I respond. Okay, you send me an email, I'll respond back to you. It may not be right away, guys, because I work full time. Well, working for God is my full time job, even though I have a full time job. But you guys get what I'm saying. So I may not get to you right away, but please send me your prayer requests because I care about what you guys are going through. This channel is not about me. This is being done for God, and it's bigger than me. And a lot of the times we don't realize that when we're going through something, our blessings will come from us helping and praying for somebody else. So that's something that the Lord has taught me throughout this journey in my walk with Him. So keep sending your prayer requests, guys. I love talking to you. I love knowing that you guys are all over China and UK and Paris. Like you guys, like I love it. So thank you guys that have already emailed me. Keep sending them because your girl reads your emails, okay? Anywho, so this dream was May of last year. I had a dream that I was on the phone with my mother-in-law, or my ex-husband's mom. I still consider her my mother-in-law. So I was on the phone with my mother-in-law. We'll call her Mrs. V, okay? Miss V. I was on the phone with her in this dream, and she was asking me like if I knew that excuse me, if I knew that my ex-husband had purchased a new house and did he tell me about it and so forth. So I'm like, no, Miss V, he didn't tell me anything about a new house. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, he got a new house. And she's telling me all about him. And then she's like, yeah. And she calls me Tiffany. She's like, Tiffany. And I'm like, Miss V, my name is not Tiffany. I'm like, my name is Christina. And she's like, oh, and she hung up on me, right? So I looked at the phone in my dream and I'm like, how could she forget my name? I'm like, who is Tiffany? So I call in the dream, I call my ex-husband's auntie and I'm getting ready to tell his auntie, like I wanted to tell her like, hey, I was just talking to Miss V and she forgot my name. So I call his auntie in the dream. She doesn't answer the phone, but she calls me right back. And I'm like, do you know I was just on the phone with Miss V and she called me Tiffany? I'm like, how could she forget my name? Like she knows me. And his auntie is on the phone and she goes, oh, yeah, she knows your name. And she's like, anyway, she's like, your ex-husband's new girlfriend, her name is Melissa. That's what his auntie says in the dream. And she hangs up. So I woke up from the dream and I just laid there. I'm like, okay, Lord, my name is not Tiffany. Maybe his new girlfriend is Melissa. I'm like, but what kind of dream was this? Right? Like, why would she call me someone else's name when my mother-in-law clearly knows me? Like, we talk all the time. And okay, fine with this Melissa. I'm like, cool, I get it. I'm like, that was just a crazy dream. And I'm just talking to God about the dream. And he tells me to look up the name Tiffany. So I look up the name Tiffany, and Tiffany means manifestation of God. It means created by God. It's when he makes it happen. Manifestation of God is what the name Tiffany means. So after I read the message or the definition, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I can be Tiffany. I'm like, it means manifestation of God. And then he's like, look up the name Melissa. So I look up the name Melissa. Melissa means honeybee, right? Now, the funny part about this, before I get into the interpretation, 2 weeks prior to having this dream, or a few weeks prior to having this dream, I saw my ex-husband in one of my dreams and he had 423 written on his shirt, right? This was like a few weeks prior to this dream. He had 423 written on his shirt. You guys know the Lord speaks to me a lot by numbers. So the day that I had this dream, I was at work and this lady called in. Her name was Deborah and her birthday was April 23rd, 423. So I finished the phone call with Deborah, and when I got off the phone call, the Lord told me to look up Deborah in the Bible, right? I didn't even know there was a Deborah in the Bible at this time, okay, guys? This was like maybe earlier in the year last year. I didn't know a Deborah was in the Bible. He tells me to look her up. So I look up Deborah, and she's a judge. She's actually, you guys can read the story, and I'm going to paraphrase the story, but you guys can read it. It's in the book of Judges. But in the book of Judges, Deborah was a judge. The definition or the meaning of the name Deborah is honeybee, okay? Just like Melissa. Melissa, again, keep up with me, guys. She was the girl that my ex-husband's auntie told me my ex-husband's girlfriend's name is in this dream, was Melissa. So Melissa and Deborah, both of these names mean honeybee, right? So I read about her prior to having this dream. Deborah was a judge in the Bible. People came to her for advice. She gave them advice. She led them on their way. She also, like God would send her messages for who he wanted to carry out his plans, or, to tell her who he wanted to send out to do whatever he wanted them to do. She was like a messenger for God too, right? But she was known as the judge. She also led Barak, Barak to defeat Sisera. Only he didn't defeat Sisera, right? A woman ended up defeating Sisera, but you guys can read all about that. But Deborah was a judge in Judges. Her name also means honeybee. So back to this dream interpretation. So what the Lord told me about this dream is that my mother-in-law called me Tiffany because he was saying, like, you are my manifestation. Like, when it comes to your ex-husband, you are what I have manifested, okay? You are the God-ordained spouse. Like, you are my manifestation. Like, my hands are on you. You are who I have put in place, okay? That is why she called me Tiffany. He said, you are my manifestation. And my ex-husband's auntie called his girlfriend at the time Melissa because he was saying that he said that she will be the judge in this situation, that he will use her to get the glory out of my ex-husband, right? So in whatever way, shape, or form, like, she would be the judge in this situation. That's all the Lord gave me about this dream. Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and release that to you guys because, again, I didn't forget about the dream, but the Lord didn't drop it in my spirit until Tiffany emailed me, and then I had another Tiffany again who sent me a message under one of my videos, and she said she was called Tiffany in a dream, and she's like, that's not my name. So when she said that, I responded, and I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, we had a similar dream. And I didn't give her the interpretation of my dream, but the Lord dropped it in my spirit at that time to release this dream to you guys. So I say this to say, for those that are standing for marriage, you're separated. Some of you may be divorced. Some of you may have never been married before, but you know who your spouse is, okay? The Lord will tell you who your husband is, okay? We cannot box him. He will tell you who your husband is. He will have you wait for someone. There's many people standing that knows exactly who their spouse is, and that spouse may be dating or engaged or even married. Who knows? Whatever your story is, and you know that that story does not align with what God has told you, and they are with somebody else, if he has set you in place for that spouse, if he has set you in place for that person, you are his manifestation. You are his Tiffany. It doesn't matter who comes into that person's life. God can use them in whatever ways he chooses to and still get the glory out of the situation. So that is the whole meaning behind this dream, so that you know that just because that person is engaged or married or wherever they are in their relationship with this other person, but you know what God has told you specifically, and that is the person that you're supposed to wait on or that you're supposed to be with. You stand in place. Stand for exactly what he's told you, because again, you don't know who the Lord is going to use as that divine helper that he uses in that person's life, in your husband's life, in your wife's life, to get the glory out of the situation. What he said, it will be, guys. So I just wanted to get that quick message out, because I do get a lot of messages about marriage restoration, people that are standing, some people that have went through the same thing that I did, and I trust God in the process. I want you to trust God in the process, but don't make marriage your idol to where it's something that you think about every day. It's something that's constantly on your mind. Yes, it's okay to be expectant and to think about it at times, but while you're waiting, while you're in this season, make sure that you're also walking in your purpose. If God has told you to go to real estate school, like the video I posted from a dream that I had previously about the person who had joined a real estate company. If he's told you to go to real estate school, to go back to college, to start a YouTube channel, to go work for whoever, to start your own business, whatever God has called you to do, don't feel like you're supposed to put that on hold until a kingdom marriage comes into play, okay? This is the time for you to use this time wisely. Whatever direction the Lord has told you to walk in, you can walk it on your own. You don't have to be in a marriage with someone or in a relationship. Like, you have to know how to be by yourself, right? You have to know how to be by yourself. If you feel like you need to have a person in your space in order to do something, then you may need to take a step back and, ask God to look at your heart posture and align it with his will and purpose for your life, because marriage cannot be your whole entire life. And if he's told you something, he's going to perform it. If he needs your help or assistance in any way, shape, or form, he will tell you. But if he's telling you, I'm going to do this, take your hand off of it, because if he's told you that this person is your husband, this person is your wife, I'm doing this thing, it's okay to take your hands off of it. Okay, take your hands off of it and focus on whatever you're supposed to focus on, because God will use whoever he needs to use to get the glory out of the situation. Okay. That's all I have to say to you guys. I hope you guys are having a great Thursday. I hope you guys have had a great week. Again, send me your prayer requests, whatever you want to talk about. People that have emailed me will tell you, like, I will talk to anybody. We can talk about anything. Like, I won't post videos and say your name. I may give a shout out, like I've given shout outs before to people, but I won't post your information on my channel without asking your permission if the Lord leads me to do that. But send me your emails, guys. I love hearing from you. I love hearing from people all across the world, and it just makes my heart smile. So I love you guys. I hope this video helps who it's supposed to help, and you guys have a blessed day. Bye.